Welcome back to Andertons TV. I am the captain. This is Rabea Massad.
Hello.
I've just come back from 2 weeks in the sun, so I've got a beautiful tan, and I haven't played guitar for about 3 weeks. So fortunately, Rabea is doing that today.
I am indeed.
Hello, sir. I can see you literally through the gap between the cabinets.
I was going to say, I haven't seen each other in a couple of weeks, and the first thing we do is smash a massive speaker cab between our faces.
So it's Winner Stays On, the series that you guys seem to love. Today we are focusing on overdrive pedals. I don't even know what an overdrive pedal is, but I think, think of classic circuits like tube screamers and clones and those kind of slightly lower drive pedals that are typically trying to emulate the sound of an overdriven valve amplifier. We've got absolute classics, we've got slightly more esoteric bits and bobs, we've got a wide range of price points, and the rules of Winner Stays On are we have 2 pedals plugged in at any one time. We switch using this true bypass switcher here, and each time Rabea says, that one's my favourite, so that stays on, and we just try the next one. Rabea doesn't know what any of these pedals are.
No, I don't. I think this is going to be hard.
It could be. What is your rig de jour, Mr. Massad?
Well, the same as last time. So I've got, I'm playing the Sire guitar. I actually don't know what model it is. Is
It's an S7.
There you go, a Sire S7. Never tried it, but it's nice.
I should say, for clarity as well, it's the S7 that I put the Monty's pickup set in. So the normal S7 version of this, I don't think has a covered humbucker.
Sounds great though.
It's a good sounding guitar, yeah.
Nice neck. And then running the trusty old VX from Victory, because first channel is just fantastic for this kind of thing.
Cool. A bit of reverb from a Blue Sky.
Indeed.
And this is a classic low gain clean channel for this type of amplifier. So again, and for me, this is almost where overdrive pedals sit most comfortably. So a teeny bit of grit from the amplifier, added extra grit from the pedals. So can we hear it with no pedals, Mr. Massad?
You can indeed.
Okay.
I mean, I can turn the reverb down a scotch. How about that?
Now, I know in the last video you did, there was a mixed reaction to the football analogies that I threw in. So I won't be doing those anymore. I shall instead be talking about American football. No, I won't. Okay, right. Now, for no reason at all, I've chosen these 2 pedals to start with. I guess one of them, for me, I'm kind of thinking is kind of like, without giving too much away to Rabea, is a real original overdrive. And the other one was just one picked at random over here. So,
okay.
Mr. Rabea, here, I've set everything, our starting point for all this is to have all the knobs at 12 o'clock, and then Rabea can decide whether he wants more level, more drive, or a different tone.
Okay.
So here is the first one. Let's go.
We'll start on bridge pickup, actually. So. That's still the same one?
Yes,
all right, that's great. That's awesome.
And our contender.
Okay. Oh, also good. Well, understated. How about on the Brita neck? Go back to the first one again.
Wow, these are just 12 o'clock settings.
God damn. First one?
Yep.
And then to the other one. Oh man, they're both good.
They're both good.
Do you know what it is? Like, I can't decide whether I prefer the fact that the second one has less gain at 12 o'clock. It's like, okay,
would you like the second one with more gain?
Yeah, I was going to say, boost the gain a little bit. So. to the other one. I think the second one, because there's a thickness to it that doesn't seem to be as present in the first one.
Wow. Okay, so just to be clear, this is the first one.
Okay.
Second one.
I mean, it's got more gain, but it's also, it just sounds fat.
So what are you going with?
Second, I knew this was going to be hard. I think the second one.
You're going with the second one. Wow, okay, fair enough. I'll be honest with you. I actually preferred the first one in that one, but there we go. That's that one out the running. Winner stays on was this one.
Okay.
And just so you know, you've got that volume and tone at kind of halfway and drive at 3/4. The new contender now, everything is at 12 o'clock.
I think. It's a different vibe completely.
I'll give you a bit more drive and a bit more treble, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Back to the first one.
Like a completely different vibe.
Yeah, that is
different.
Okay, so which is your preference?
This is one of those things where it depends on your mood. Because like, this one's a screamer, like in the sense that it's like you could shred on it, you can play fatter riffs. Whereas the new contender is like, it's got that like rounded, soft kind of, I can just jam on that a little bit more. So, what mood am I in?
A good mood.
Yeah. Do you know, I'm gonna go with the new contender just because it's a bit different, you know?
Okay.
Let's mix it, let's spice things up a bit, you know?
Interesting.
This is one of those things where they're all sounding good, you know?
Well, look at that. We've already had, you know, the winner has not managed to stay on for a round yet. So here we go. Right, so your current favourite with 3/4 of the overdrive and a bit more top end.
Okay. Interesting.
And the new one.
This is the new one?
Yep.
Whoa. Like, it's not...
I'll pump the drive up a bit.
Yeah. It definitely is more of that kind of vibe. That's really like... it's not really driving anything. I like it.
Maximum drive, bit more volume, bit more boot tone.
Thing is, if you boost the volume, it's hitting the front,
True.
the preamp
Bit of an
harder.
unfair advantage, maybe.
So we're getting gain from the amp there. It's going to make everything
So
sound better.
here's your current favourite. The second one.
I'm going to stay with the first one.
He's staying with the first one. I thought he might say that.
It's not. None of them are bad so far.
No, they've all sounded good so far. Let's see what this one sounds like. With again, we're just gonna. I think we're gonna move away from the sort of everything on 12 to kind of always volume and tone sort of around about 12.
Yeah,
but
I think
drive
keep
a bit
volume.
higher.
Just use the drive rather than the volume because it is going to.
Got it.
colour stuff.
Okay, so current favourite.
Okay.
And a new one.
I mean, that's great. That one almost is like a more refined version of the current leader.
All right, so I'm going to give you a 5-second blast on the original one, and then I'm just going to switch.
Okay, okay.
That I did switch halfway
Did you?
through that, yeah.
Oh, God. Ooh, I think I like
so similar.
I think this one, whichever one this one is.
Yeah.
I can't tell if you changed.
Well, look, I tell you what, just play, and I'm just gonna keep changing and
Okay.
see if you can even begin to feel when I'm changing.
Okay, okay. Are all the controls back at 12?
I've got tone very slightly past 12, maybe like 1 o'clock, level at 12, and drive at like 3/4.
On both?
On both, yeah.
Okay. Can we knock the drive back a touch on both, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, it is back a bit. The new one now, with the drive knocked back a bit, is sounding like it's got a little bit more bottom ends. Don't know whether you prefer that
Yeah,
or not.
that's the one we were just on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one better.
Staying with this one?
Think so.
Okay. I tell you, it's a
This is
topsy-turvy
hard.
league, this one, isn't it? He says, desperately trying to hold back, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So let's try this one now.
I'm waiting for it.
Okay, so these two pedals here now are based on different drive circuits, so there should be a little bit more of an obvious difference between the two.
Okay.
Maybe you guys are beginning to see a pattern of the type of drive circuit that the Rabea prefers, but here we go. Okay, so here's your current favourite.
Okay.
And the new one.
And then that's the second one, right?
That's the second one. Back to the first one.
They're both really good. So what you can hear now is that the main, is that the current leader?
Yep.
It's on the verge of bottoming out with the neck pickup. Sounds nice, but it's
What does
definitely...
bottoming out mean? What do you mean
You know,
by
like
that?
where the low frequencies or something in the neck pickup are making it suddenly go a bit muffled. Like if you
like
hear it on the bridge.
Club.
Yeah. Sounds nice and open, and now it's starting to choke here. Hear that
And
low
then
end.
so here's the contender.
And then retaining the roundness of the pickup. So based on that, I'm going to use that.
Oh my goodness me! I tell you, it's I don't think. Yeah, again, this is so topsy-turvy. Imagine if we actually had a football league that was like the season,
Here he
like
goes.
this one year. Be
He's
the
off.
most exciting season in any sport. You know, just so that you don't always have the sort of the same club winning every week. But
yeah, I mean,
here we go. Apologies to my editor because I'm struggling to keep these pedals all nice and tied in the same place. Yes, there he is groaning in the background. Here we go. Again, we've got two different kinds of circuit here, so let's see which Rabea prefers. So your current favourite, here we go.
okay.
And the new one.
Again, we've got that thing between the two. This is more jammy, like. Then nice and girthy though.
Okay, all right, back to the other one.
Can I hear the new contender again?
Yeah, that's it, you were on it.
Oh. To the first one.
Okay, first one.
I prefer the girth this one has.
So this is the new one.
I mean, it's definitely not. Yeah.
So we're staying with, okay, we see we have a winner staying on now for a round or two, which is cool. If I told you that one of the pedals that in that last shootout, and it may be the one that you've decided to stick with, but maybe I've just given it away, it probably wasn't, was only 20 quid, would that surprise you?
Wow.
Okay, let's have another one.
20 quid for a pedal. Wow.
It's crazy, isn't it? I know.
Feels like we're
absolutely.
back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, it feels like we're in the 1950s.
When gear was cheap.
Right, let's just level these things up a little bit. Okay, not contender, current winner.
And it's got a bark to it.
Yeah. And contender.
This is all at 12 o'clock, right?
No, gain is always now a bit more
Okay.
like 2 o'clock.
Okay. It's completely different again. It's different.
Current favourite.
You know that
Versus
the more you turn the gain up on that on the amp, that's just going to keep it nice and tight.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like this current contender, if I'm just going to boost a bit more overdrive and tone just to see. Go on. Have we all begun to realise that actually if you can play like Rabea Massad, kind of, as long as you've got a half decent guitar amplifier, you can make any pedal sound really good. Okay, what are you staying with though? Your current favourite or are you changing?
It's a current favourite, isn't
Yeah.
it? Try the new one again. Yeah, let's stay with the current favourite.
I think you're right. Stay with the current favourite. It's got the bark. I'm beginning to sort of That's the words. Good word. We really haven't tried a bad pedal yet. Maybe we're about to change all that. Who knows? So let's see what happens here. Everything at 12 except for drive, which we want a little bit more of. And here we go.
This is the new boy, is it?
Do you want the new one? Here's the new one.
Nice.
And the current favourite, sorry.
You know what it is? Like, there's more harmonic content in the one that I'm currently favouring. Like, you're getting more like high fidelity, if you know what I mean. You're hearing a bit more. It's more detailed.
I think.
But
now, obviously, I know what circuit your current favourite is based on, and looking around here, most of the alternatives that we've got are based on slightly different circuits. I think the circuit that you're liking is, generally speaking, perhaps is a more barky, slightly higher gain. So I'm just going to literally dial in a bit more tone and a bit more gain on where I think, on the alternative pedal. So here we go again, the new pedal.
Okay.
The current favourite.
It's the new one again?
Yeah.
Ooh, they're both great. Can we go to the current favourite again?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, I think. Can I hear the new one again?
Yeah.
Oh man. I feel like mixing it up, but at the same time...
No, just you go with what you like, man. That's Nuno.
Is that the new one?
No, that's the old one.
Could try the new one?
Yeah.
I think the first one still.
Fine, no problem at all. Possibly a slightly awkward lunch coming up.
Do you know, a lot of it is to do with the way it blends with the amp.
No, honestly, it's interesting because when
it just blends right, it could be the cheapest made pedal possible, but if it blends right with the preamp of your amp, it's a match made in heaven.
A lot of these, I think that this kind of circuit, which obviously Rabea doesn't know why I'm holding up now, is, I think, a slightly smoother circuit. This one is a slightly more barky circuit, and so you're beginning to see whether or not we're trying expensive or cheap versions of these. They all sort of have that character, and you're leaning towards the more barky kind of one, which is interesting. But as you rightly say, it's kind of
I think as well, like
horses for courses.
It's like Overdrive. I'm thinking into a gain stage. I want to have I want the grunt there.
Yeah.
I think if I was playing a Strat through something like, a clean platform amp, and we were using Overdrive in that context, it would be a very different story. But
Well,
this is more like rock based, you know?
Let's see where we go here. We got another one. We're about halfway through, guys, now. So
Wow.
if you want to go to the toilet, now would be a good time. Right, here we go. Your current favourite. The new.
I don't know, man.
Oh, mother! I mean, I tell you, one of the things that, again, it's so mad, isn't it? That this whole setup is really reminiscent of that sort of 70s, 80s sort of guitar period where, you know, tube amplifiers kind of were on that edge of breakup kind of tone, simple overdrive pedal into the front, no mucking around. Just sounds great.
It really does sound awesome. I don't know
But it has sounded awesome whether we've had the cheapest or the dearest pedal so far. It's just great.
I feel like this one is a little more chaotic in nature.
Okay, let's do a short. Let's
fun, though.
just do like 5 seconds on your current favourite.
Okay.
And then the new one.
That one's definitely, I wanted to say chaotic. I think I meant it sounds gainier, but it's actually smoother. It's not quite as mid-forward to my ear. Go back to the current leader. Here, there's a rounded mid-range that's quite present, and then go to the new one. It's a little flatter, like it's not scooped, but it's just flatter. It's not the mids out pushed forward.
Where are we going? Where are we going then?
I think we'll go with that one.
You're changing.
Yes.
You're changing. Oh no!
I'm going
Look
away
at
from
that. Even though they signed Declan Rice at the beginning of the season, it's still not enough to get him over the edge. That's it. Typical. Always just, you know, I think everybody knew secretly they'd never make it all the way to the end of the season, didn't they? So that's interesting. That is interesting. We have a change of leader halfway through. So the new current favourite is this one, and give it a few riffs, and then I'll switch to the next contender.
All right.
And the new contender.
It's less gain.
Okay, there's a little bit more gain in there for you now.
Much more gain. I don't know what the hell I was playing.
Sounds so good. Do you want to do the 5 second thing? So current
Well, one's
favourite?
just not capable of the same amount of gain.
All right, well here's the new one with all the gain.
Okay. Did you actually go to the current contender, the current leader with less gain?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, can we have a little less high end on the current leader too?
Yeah, I can go everything back to 12. Here's everything back to 12 on the
Sounds good.
current favourite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that one still.
Okay. No worries. Okie schmokey.
I should have done that.
Right, so we're going back to the sort of the 12 o'clock kind of thing. Everything's at 12. You can just decide what you like. So here's your current favourite.
Okay.
And here's the new one.
It's more impressive in it's got highs and lows, but I'm not sure.
Flippity flip flop.
It's pretty
Original,
heavy.
the current favourite.
I mean, that feels more like an overdrive. The other one feels more like a distortion pedal.
Okay, this one, you mean the new one feels more distortion.
Yeah. I think at 12.
There is a switch. I can switch. I've just changed something. But
Okay. I don't know.
they're incredibly similar.
Did you switch between them?
I was switching several times there as well.
Oh, man.
You barely notice. Okay, play. What's like the riff that most sort of gives you a sense of whether you like a pedal or not? Is it chugging? Is it playing lead guitar? What do you? Or is it neither? Is it just a question of you just got to play a bit of everything to see what you like?
To be honest, it's definitely. Again,
Other one? Yeah.
so much more gain. I think I prefer the roundness of the current leader.
The current leader. Okay.
It's softer a little bit, and it's kind of nice.
Interesting.
That one's just like
obviously
full
this
bore.
one here, by the way, if you're trying to find it on our website. Oh, I can't even show you what's written on the back of this. I was going to show you. Oh my God. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, here we go. This next one, actually, I have no idea what this is based on. We do have some options here. I'm going to leave everything kind of in the middle. I better put some mains in. That would help, wouldn't it? Okay, right, current favourite.
Yeah.
And the new one.
I mean. Oh, it's nice though.
Here you go, current favourite. And new one.
I think still the current favourite.
No worries. Well,
Nice though.
it's good. Right, we are rattling through these, which is a good thing. Okay, here's the postponed top of the table clash. I say top of the table, you know what I mean. Let's put everything kind of similar. And, okay, current favourite.
Yeah.
New one.
That's very soft, isn't it?
I kind of feel that the new current favourite, everything at 12 is probably not its optimum setting.
And maybe dial it in then.
So I'm just going to go the Mick Taylor settings, everything at 2. So 80s, the original one again. It's more gain, isn't it, the original one?
It has more gain, but it's also got a nice feel to it.
So you're staying with the original one? Yeah.
All of these have been
Yeah.
usable. I would have happily, if someone gave me this as a rig to do a session with or a recording, I would happily have used any of them.
You realise now as well, don't you, that buying an overdrive pedal is 5% what does it sound like, 95% how does the branding relate to you? Because they just all sound pretty similar. Right, okay, we're going everything at 12 o'clock. Here's your current favourite.
Okay.
And the new one.
Again, it's like you've got one that's like, I don't know how you describe it, clips harder or whatever, it hits the front of the amp more, it's more output or something. And then this one, which is that softer edge kind of like, got just more of a, more jammy, more like softer approach.
These two here, I think, are, and I'm just referring back to one that you tried before and said a similar thing about, are, I think, softer, fatter sounding drive pedals.
It's nice though.
Yeah. I am liking the one that is doing well and winning, you know, has been on for the last 5 or 6 rounds here, has got a transparency to it. It's got a sort of a brightness, but without being unpleasantly harsh.
It's not very shrill, is it?
But it's clear. It's a nice sound.
That's the current favourite, isn't it?
And here's the contender.
Oh man, stay with the current favourite.
Yeah,
it's a bit more rewarding.
Yeah, I think for this type of sound, I think, like you say, like a softer bluesy rock kind of thing, maybe. But look, you know what? Again, everybody's winning here, aren't they? There's really not been a bad sounding pedal yet. I mean, I suppose based on that one, the winner really should be this one. Then you just go and spend all the change on, you know, sex and drugs and rock and roll. Right, here is a new one with everything at, I see. Okay, we could have high and low amounts of gain on this second one here. So let's start with the current favourite.
Okay.
one. We can kind of like hot rod the new one if you like. And here. Oh, crikey, let's compare. Oh my goodness, I did switch halfway through there. I don't know if you noticed at one point.
I thought it had less gain towards the end, so that could have been the
I think the
first one.
second one feels like it's got a little bit less bass end.
Yeah.
Sorry, I will now tell you when I'm switching. So first one.
Okay.
And second one.
I mean, that one would cut through a mix more in the live application.
Yes, it would.
But if I'm playing on my own, I'm still more enjoying the sort of low-end support from the first one.
I think I'm taking that as we're sticking with the current winner, sorry. Let's try this one. Right, current contender. New one. More gain, funny, right? Yeah.
You gone back? That's the first one again.
No, that's the second one.
Is it? That one's still punching, right? What's the new one again?
Oh my gosh! Here's the current favourite. Now, so the new one I've dialed to give you more gain and more high end than the current favourite, which is still smashing it at 12 o'clock every time.
Yeah.
But I think, again, they're both great sounding. Don't know what you want to do.
So this is the new one, is it?
This is the new one.
And then go to the current favourite. Do me a favour on the current favourite.
Yeah.
You gun the gain.
All the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to see what happens. I don't know.
Or might have found the new one's Achilles heel. I'm not massively fond of that. I think gain at, half to 3/4 is the sweet spot, but. And here's the new one.
I mean, I'm not a fan of it on the neck pickup.
So we're staying with the current favourite, are we?
Yeah.
I still, I'm with you, man. This current favourite is, would it be fair to say that I think the current favourite is actually doing a really good job of not sounding like a pedal, actually sounding like an overdriven amp?
Except for when you gun the gain.
Yeah.
And then it sort of showed its weakness.
Just. Okay.
But still overall, it's doing a
only
good job.
4 more to go.
4 more to go.
Right,
God.
shall we... Where do you want the gain on the current contender?
I think we go back 12 o'clock
Back
again.
to 12 o'clock again. Okay, cool. Right, current contender.
Okay. Yeah.
And pedal.
I don't know. And then go back to the current contender.
It's so hard. Have you gone deaf yet? Is that what we're at the end of the demo
They're
where basically that's it, the ears just go, can't hear anything anymore.
They're close, but I still think like it's the current favourite still. It's the new one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like every single other pedal, other than the current favourite, has this
It gets a bit muffly on the neck pickup.
smooth rather than muffled.
Yeah,
it's
not muffled,
It's
but
not as like just transparent, is it?
yeah.
That sort of. Well, let me just again. I don't want to spend too long doing this. I'll just tweak a little bit on the new one and see if it comes to life in a way a different bit. But here's the. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the current.
That's right, not how you play it. So that's the current favourite.
Yeah, current favourite. Here's the new one.
It's good though.
Wowzers. I don't know. I mean,
Can you do current favourite again?
yes.
And the new one? Ooh, they're close. I can't decide which I'm enjoying the quality of more. That one's smoother, but the current favourite's more transparent still. Are we going for transparency or smoothness? Oh, sorry.
That's fine. I don't know if I should be allowed an opinion, but
No.
I mean, for the audience, I'm just going to say this one is the one I still think I prefer the sound of sitting over here, but I am in a slightly weird, I'm sitting almost side on to the amp, so maybe it's not the greatest place to sit. What are you thinking? Come on, this.
Do one more time, one more time.
Current favourite.
Okay.
And new one.
This is where I'm stuck. I think I'm going to go with the new one.
He's going with the new one.
I'm curveballing it.
Well, in that case, then I might as well say I did actually think that the old one sounded better, but wow, or not better, but I'm really, really impressed with how much I think this one sounds like an Overdrive amp.
It's super transparent, but
Yeah.
there's something nice about the new one that I'm kind of into.
Okay, there we are,
Had more attitude
everybody.
on that
That's
last
it.
riff.
There's cat and pigeons. Right.
Is that it? Is that all?
No,
of them?
there's.
All right.
I'm afraid the's only 17 more to go.
Oh, God.
No, that's it. We're into the final stretch, playoffs season coming up. I'm going to leave the new one. What I did with the new one is the gain is back to 12 o'clock, gain and level back to 12 o'clock, but the tonality of it is a little brighter.
Okay.
I think just trying to make it change that sense of muffled smooth to just sort of a slightly more transparent smooth.
All right.
And I don't even know what any of the knobs on this new pedal do, so let's see. Here's the current favourite. And contender.
Sorry.
It's exactly the rig that Kirk would have used.
with the new. I'm staying with the contender.
Staying with the contender.
That one's nice, but you know.
Yeah, I thought that sounded good, but fine. It's fine. There's really only 2 more pedals to go now, Mr. Rabea.
I was waiting for something to knock the leader off the top, and that happened.
You know what? I might have stayed, but you know, hey ho, diddly ho. It's your show. Here's the current contender.
Okay.
New one.
That one's fun.
Oh my God, they all sound so good. Here's the current favourite again. Flippin' hell, Rabea, that was smoking. Set next, the contender.
That was in tune with the chord. I think the first, whichever the one before that.
The winner, the one from the previous round that you
Yeah.
like, yeah. Okay, okie smoky, right, last one. I'm super interested in the comments section as we get to the end. Which one of these was your favourite? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do we all wish we could play like Rabea?
Do you know, I also just say sorry for not rolling off the volumes. And if you're asking why I'm always on the bridge pickup for the most part, it's because, you know, this is a rock and roll thing. But I go to the neck. I mean, I've sacked off the middle positions because, you know.
Right, okay, this is it, current contender.
All right.
And the new one.
Really?
Wow.
That's fun too.
I must admit, I totally forgot that the one I've left right till the end is absolutely not a 12 o'clock pedal. It's just got to be pretty much gunned. But okay, so just one last thing, your current favourite. And the new one.
They sound the same. Yeah. I don't know.
I sort of feel like,
They're like,
as good as that last one sounds, I'm going to disqualify it on the grounds of the fact that it just failed the 12 o'clock. It just needed to have everything in. Sounds absolutely wicked. There'll be loads of you out there that already own this pedal anyway, but it is a, you know, you just turn it all the way up and it sounds great. But okay, so can we agree that the sort of the one that's won the last 3 or 4 rounds is the ultimate winner?
I'd say so.
Wow.
I mean,
okay, well look, do you know what we're going to do? I'm going to take, so these 3 pedals over here are the ones that won a few rounds each. So we're just going to basically check everything back on the table and see if Rabea's got any idea which of the pedals he thought he might have liked or not. We'll remove the cabinet, obscure the vulgar drawing that Pete's drawn on the top of this cabinet, and yes, see you back in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, before we do the reveal and we sort of show Rabea, I thought we would do an end of season playoff. So these are the 3 pedals that kind of won at least 4 or 5 rounds each.
Yeah.
And really interestingly, we have got 3 kind of different kind of circuits here. So be interesting to see which one. Now, I'm not switching anymore as such. I've just got all 3 in a row and I'm just going to turn them on and off. So
don't tell me which ones were like the most stayed on the longest. I just want to
okay,
clean break. Let's just hear them all in isolation.
What I will do then is I think I'm going to leave them all on the settings that you generally preferred. Okay. So in no particular order, let's go.
Okay. Nice.
Next.
That one's fun. Wait one sec. Okay.
And the last one.
So not that one.
Not that one.
Get rid of that one.
I told you. Okay, so we're going between these 2. Right, here's a preference. Right.
I'm looking at these 2's faces and they're just like, oh, you know.
Okay, look, I will tell you. Okay, that one that you just said, not that one.
Yeah.
That was the one that you ended up basically saying you liked the best. And yet, when it beat the previous one, I was sitting there going, I don't think it does. But hey, that's interesting that but whatever, I'll reveal it all at the end. So here we go. We're down to the playoff final. This is the championship final, the most expensive game in football this is to get promoted into the Premier League and a guaranteed £250 million.
Is this the Super Bowl for the Americans, yeah?
It's the Super Bowl, absolutely. Halfway through this, Rihanna is going to come on and sing something.
With Nuno.
Yeah, with Nuno.
Who says that Slash couldn't play with Rihanna.
I heard that. Controversial. You have to read it in context, though,
it's
don't
funny,
you?
though.
Because he does basically say Slash is amazing, he's a hero of his, but he's probably not got the breadth of... I don't know. When you're as good as Nuno, you can say that about anyone, though, can't you?
Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah.
He's never played with Stormzy, though, has he? Okay, come on then. Got 2 pedals. Here's the first one.
All right.
Here's the second one.
And the other one again.
I'd have to buy both of them. You cannot split this. They've both got a slightly different vibe.
Nice mojo between the 2.
But they're both wicked.
Okay, so let's gun the gains on them. Not all the way up, but like
3/4 of the way.
Yeah. Fun.
Other one.
Oh, I don't know. Again, it's hard to say. The first one's got more gain.
You mean? I think he means this one, right? I sort of stopped trying them in order then, but yeah.
I sort of started mindlessly shredding for no reason. So let's just do a final 5-second beast.
Okay, final 5 seconds. This one.
Okay. Yep.
Other one.
The other one.
I'm gonna in the room here. In the room, hands up. Who thought this one was the better sounding one? Yep. Unanimous as well. Yeah. We're all with you, Rabea. Wow. Okay, I can't wait for you to see the reveal because it's just mad. Right? Can we stand by the amplifier, please, sir?
Such a nice punch to it, you know?
What do you think of the guitar, by the way?
I think the guitar's fantastic. I must admit, having sat here now and played it for what's been best part of half an hour, the neck's stunning. Pickups sound great, neck's wonderful though.
I got to be honest with you, so that Sire S7 range, so I changed the pickups on that, which I kind of feel...
It's a good neck profile,
but that's all you want to change. I did change the trem on that, and to be totally honest with you, I might as well change the trem back because it's borderline no difference.
Yeah.
But the better pickups, or the newer pickups, are, I think, nicer. But as a basic guitar to play, it's fabulous.
The neck...
and it's cheap.
The fretboard edges are wicked.
It's relative term cheap, isn't it? But you can pick up an S7 for 500 or 600 quid, you know. It's like...
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
500 or 600 quid, then stick, you know, I think those Monty's pickups that are in it are about...
It's ridiculous.
200 quid's
worth. Does it come with these
like
locking tuners?
Yeah, that's all I changed on it was the trem system and the
staggered
pickups.
pole bits as well. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yes. Goodness me, Rabea. This isn't a long old video. Apologies. Well done for sticking to it, everybody. So, here's everything you had. Cheapest pedal on the board is a 20 quid Behringer vintage tube overdrive pedal. Dearest one
in with green pen.
Yeah, because it's the JHS Tube Screamer clone, so we coloured it in green. It should be white.
Brilliant.
That's the one that also has that drawn on the back. So, I think the dearest two pedals that we'll have on here is going to be probably this one and this one.
Okay.
So we had a real cross section. We had some classic brands. We had some brands people haven't heard of, or less likely to have heard of, maybe. Do you want to take a punt at which ones you would naturally have probably gone, oh, I know I won't like that?
I'm going to guess that I might not have liked the Soul Food.
So Soul Food did actually win round one.
Okay.
Your two, I'm never going to remember this, by the way. I'm only going to remember round one. But that was round one.
Okay.
And I thought this sounded fantastic.
It's a great pedal.
I actually preferred it, I think, to this one, but you picked Soul Food, but it didn't win another round after that, so it was just like it was out. But anyway, so there's, what else do you think you might have? I'm more interested to see what you think you wouldn't have liked.
I mean, again, I've said this, we liked all of them. Mm-hmm. I think the Nobles I've struggled with in the past.
Right, so
those two I know I've struggled with in the past, not because they sound bad, they're just not my type of overdrive.
This was the one, you know, we kept saying it sounds too soft and a bit bassy and all that kind of stuff. 100% that was those two. Yeah. So that, which I agreed with you, and they didn't win any rounds.
Okay. I know I've liked the Blues Driver. I know I love the Revival Drive Compact because I use that a lot in my rig.
So what would your settings on the Revival Drive be? Because if I'm totally honest with you, how different to that would it have been? Because you were a bit like, meh. I mean, like you said, they all sounded good.
So the post-drive EQ, I dial it nearly all the way back.
Right,
This was at halfway, which does tend to shelf a lot. So I do it like that. That's probably how I had it. Set up.
I did think, as I was dialing this in, thinking there's a lot of knobs and buttons on this. Maybe I've not got it in the
I know I love that one,
position.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't win because it's easy to make it not work with an amp.
Okay. Well, let's just go. Okay, so I'll give you the three that you ended up, you know, liking the most and made it through to that playoff final. Okay. So, firstly, you're right.
It's a great pedal.
Is a great pedal. Secondly,
interesting.
Which
because that's a clon, right?
Consistently wins all the clon shootouts that we do.
It's a good pedal.
And thirdly,
is that the Zen?
It's the warm audio version of the Zen Drive.
Because I remember years ago you reviewed a Zen Drive by an Australian brand, was it?
So
And I remember loving the sound of
Yeah,
that.
so the Zen Drive, I think, I'm sure it's an American guy, Hamida. Yeah. Was it Mike Hamida? I forget what his first name is, but and then I don't think we ever sold that one, but he then did a licensing deal with Love Pedal. And for many, many years, Love Pedal did the official Zen Drive.
Right.
I don't know if Love Pedal is still making that pedal. I know Sean at Love Pedal has gone back to just selling direct rather than through retail, so I don't know. But obviously, so it is a classic pedal. Interestingly, if I'm totally honest with you, I felt like at the point where you decided to choose this over this one, because this was one that kept winning sort of lot, and I was surprised at that, because I still preferred that, and I was almost thinking, I wonder if Rabea's just getting bored of the sound of this one and it's just wants to change.
It might have been.
Because if anything, this is probably the softer, smoother end.
Right. Okay.
Almost. Anyway, so
what do I think won?
So then we had the playoff final. And what do you think won
So
in
that's
the
the
playoff
one that we
final?
took out, right? I'm pretty sure I went nah.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, okay. I think I chose the Blues Driver because the Klon is a mid-forward pedal, and I think I went for something a bit punchier and bigger. Am I wrong?
Congratulations. No, you're right. You're right.
I chose the Blues Driver.
I mean, I just think, we thought of a video concept recently that we probably will still do called
Such a good pedal,
Is Boss Still the Boss? And it almost like...
There are pedals that they make that you cannot argue with, and I believe that's one of them personally.
Yeah, and I do think it's become, it's almost like the popularity of the brand is its own worst enemy. It's almost like people go, no, I must buy something more boutique.
I remember that exact thing. I've said the same thing in the past. Like when you start out on guitar, 9 times out of 10, there'll be a pedal that looks like this floating around on your rig or somewhere.
Yeah.
And you associate it with when you began playing, right? So you kind of don't look at it like it's this. Yeah,
like
exactly.
That. This is like and that sounded this sounded good, and these are like a 50 quid pedal.
But you associate it with it's beginner, like when I started out, it's like that's the cheapest, but actually it's totally wrong. Like that's why everybody uses them still.
I mean, everything sounded amazing.
It did.
I thought genuinely genuine. I thought some killer sounding. The playing, man, is off the charts.
Thanks.
Well, there you go. Hope that was useful, everybody. I mean, obviously Andertons sells,
ones. How much are they?
I don't know, somewhere between 100 and 150, something like that.
That's ridiculous. That's really not bad.
So, but yeah, and you'll be all pleased to know that I can't imagine that there's a single pedal on here that's more available than a Boss Blues Driver. So no excuse for you all not to run out and get one of those from your local guitar store, preferably Andertons. But anyway, look, cheers guys. Thank you very much. Please comment below what other kinds of shootouts we're going to do. I think we're going to do a delay one, aren't we? Oh my God.
That's going to be hard.
Definitely have less pedals in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lovely to see you again, man. Thanks
too.
for watching. See you next time.